Good morning, everyone. How are you? Today is Friday. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Well, almost the weekend. We got a few more hours before this weekday ends. There you go. That makes more sense. Why didn't I ever think about it? Weekend, weekday ends. Interesting. Okay, anyway, I move on. My brain software mode. So, I'm going to do our highs. We have lots to talk about this morning, and there's a reason I haven't gotten caught up with the hair, because stuff that's in this box kept me occupied yesterday rather than catching up on the hair. So we're going to do that together. I also have paint, so we may actually work on the background. We'll see. We're going to get through our highs and hellos, and then we're going to go over our announcements, and then we'll do that. Do you guys, I think I've mentioned it before, but do you guys have in your head, I don't know if you did it at camp or whatever, like group thingy you were a part of, where they go, announcements, announcements, announcements. That's what goes on in my head when I talk about announcements. All right, so today's question of the day is, if you could only drink one beverage for the rest of your life, aside from water, I say as I grab my beverage, aside from water, what would it be? Mine is easy. Obviously, definitely water. Like, we assume that you're drinking water also. But aside from that, mine would be coffee. I only have 1 cup a day, but if I cut it out, I'd be so sad. Linda says Pepsi Max. What's the difference between Pepsi Max and regular Pepsi? Is it like max caffeine? Is it stronger caffeine? What makes it max? I don't drink a lot of soda these days, but I do know Pepsi, and there's like Coke Zero. Oh, is it like the opposite then? Is it like no sugar? Anyway, good morning. Sorry, my brain went off on a tangent. Miss Butterfly, good morning. Whitney, good morning. Whitney says Dr. Pepper. I do love a good Dr. Pepper. Let's see. Megan, milk or coffee, hard dries. Oh, I didn't even think about that. If I don't drink milk, does that mean I can't have cereal? I may need to think on that one. Annie, good morning. Mrs. Butterfly, good morning. Cece, good morning. Cece says coffee, right there with you. Annie, it has been a little bit. How are you? How have things been? Let's see. Callie, good morning. Iced coffee, love it. Kathleen, good morning. Let's see. Kara, good morning, Kara. Let's see. Yep, coffee, right there with you, Annie. Let's see. Marcy, good morning. Kathleen, gotta get coffee. Sounds good. Good morning, Dawn. I would drink Sundrop if I could. Okay, so I read that when I was starting Shannon, and I know that we talked about it before in a stream, and I know that you told me. Does it have something to do with tea? Because I can't for the life of me remember what that was. Let's see. Brooke, good morning. Stuck in bed sick today. Oh, a cup of tea. Oh, Brooke, I hope you feel better soon. Hopefully we can perk up your day just a bit. Let's see. Kara, good morning. Aside from water, hot chocolate. You know, it's funny. I had chocolate for the first time, I don't know, a couple months back. I think it's because I've been drinking coffee, and I don't know. I took a sip and I was just like, oh, this is sweet. Like, so sweet. I think I have adjusted to coffee. Like, I still put creamer in it, but I can't do black coffee, but still, yeah. Let's see. Sherry, good morning, coffee. Love it. Let's see. Oh, wait, it jumped up. Hang on. Oh, Dawn, it's your birthday today? This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Holy heck, I was gonna do cha-cha-cha, but I didn't fix this before I came on stream. So we'll just pretend that I'm in a massive snowstorm until I can get that fixed. Oh, there we go. That's a touch better. Nothing like a little blown out camera there. Okay, cha-cha-cha. I forgot to turn the lights up there, but check it out. Let's see if it's gonna adjust. You can't really see it when I have the lights up. Anyway, let me brighten this just a bit, because I figured out, hang on, we're gonna put that on autopilot there. I figured out how to get 30 blind us with your brilliance, right? That was totally unintentional. So I folded the sides and then pinned them up that way, so I can get 30 up on the board. I have 4 more to put that's in this box here that we're going to show here in a minute. And then I really am going to have to get creative. I took it down off the wall last night and took my time to like fold everything and fit everything, but I also really enjoyed seeing how many we have up there so far. So it was pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Birthday, happy birthday. Let's see, Ms. Butterfly says coffee, love it. Good morning, Renee. How are you doing? Let's see, Megan, good morning. Samantha, good morning. Actually, I think I said good morning to you already, Megan, but you got another one. Let's see. Anything coffee? Yep, absolutely right there with you. Good morning, Rainbow. Let's see. Renee, coffee, of course. Marcy, coffee. Yep. I figured that'd be a lot of them. But I know a lot of us, maybe we don't drink coffee or we have our other favorite beverages. Oh, because you can make it any flavor mixes. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Oh, it hopped up. Where are we? Flavor mixes. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Cute pic on Discord. Nice. Wilcox Mama, welcome. Good morning. Allison, good morning. Oh, citrus soda. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Let's see. Allison, good morning. She says Diet Coke. Love it. Been challenging, but I'm well. Oh, that's good. Yeah, life is interesting. This whole adulting thing, it got completely overhyped, and I want a refund. Let's see. Yeah, blindness with your birthdays. Yeah, I usually double check all the cameras, but the little cam, it goes into autopilot mode, and it's oh, this is our exposure level, and it's nope, that's not quite right. Sorry, I thought I saw dark clouds outside, but no, it's not supposed to rain. Let's see. Kathleen, did I say hi to you? If I didn't, hello, Kathleen. Tea, love it. Butterfly says ginger ale. I do love a good ginger ale. I don't have it that often, but we'll occasionally treat ourselves to those mini cans of ginger ale. The kids really like it too. And it's caffeine free, so I feel okay with giving them that once in a while. Let's see, with one eye I'm watching you, the other eye I'm watching Formula One. Formula One, isn't that car racing? Yeah? I think it's car racing. Oh, Brooke, you're doing good. Nice. For 35, nice. I've never really done espresso. I used to work at Starbucks, so I did it there, but I'm just coffee and creamer. Don't diet here, that's fair. Coffee, always coffee, love it. I did. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes I'll say the name, but my brain is moving so fast and I'm reading so much, I forget sometimes which ones. But the important thing is I said it when I said it. And sometimes you get lucky and you get a second one. Connie, good morning. All right. I think, Della. Did I miss Della? Or did I say hi to Della? Oh, because I did say coffee, always coffee, but I specifically didn't say Della. Okay, I think we're all caught up. I'm clearly missed. Hang on one second. I'm going to go turn on the fan. I never think that I need it when I start, and then I do, and I'm like, oh, it's hot. 1 second. It's not even blowing directly on me, but, hang on, I'm reclipping this to my shirt here. It's not even blowing directly on me, but it's the air circulation in the room. This is from Tales from Atlantis. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get my headphones to work here. It's Tales from Atlantis. Sorry, I think my headphones are going out of me. I keep thinking I'm not hearing anything, but I am. Anyway, Tales from Atlantis by Hanna Karlzon. So that is what we're working on. We've got our dark Kelpie unicorn. Like I said at the beginning, I haven't caught up on the hair, but that's because yesterday was jam-packed with creating some fun things, which we're going to take a look at now. So we're going to shift this over here for just a second. Let's see, I don't want to lose my spot. We'll put this white Prismacolor in there. Okay, so first things first. I even have it in a little box because there was so much going on. We are going to talk about the Sticker Club, which those of you who are here on Wednesday, you already saw it, but in case you weren't here, I'm going to give a little because we have a couple more days left if you want to get that one. So we have squares. We have Leanne with her kitty charm. We have Lisa. Lisa, I'm sensing a theme for this one. Let's turn it up. But we have the iridescent turtle charm. It's so funny. The turtle charms are the first ones. Let's see if we can get this even brighter, maybe. The turtle charms are the first ones that are short of the ones where there's only one in it, but the one that was a group that's almost out. There is only one more turtle charm. So if you had your eye on that, there is one more. Ooh, Etsy PDFs, nice. Then I have finished Lisa's here, which I haven't seen her yet, and I haven't seen B either, but I have also finished, I've also finished B's. So we have 4 more squares to add to the wall. That will be a total of 30 squares on the wall, which is amazing. 30, yeah. I was just looking at it last night and I was like, That's so cool that like these are people that are hanging out, and I don't know. It's just one of those kind of surreal moments, right, Christine? Home now, perfect. All right, and then just as a reminder, last day to sign up for Sticker Club is July 1st, and this month's theme, oh, that was really bright. This month's theme is citrus. Sharon, hello. First time joining from the UK. We chat in Suzanne's live on Sunday. Love your coloring. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, I recognize your name. I recognize your name. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Just settle in, hang out, chat. It's all fun. So we have the July Sticker Club. This month's theme is citrus. So we've got little lemon lime minis. We've got this little lemon crescent. This one's probably my favorite. I love this one. And then we've got this little cluster of lemon, lime, orange, and grapefruit. And then we have the sticker sheet. So if you are interested in getting the citrus theme, you have until the 1st of July to sign up for it. ! Ko-fi in chat, and that will give you the link that you need. You can add more butterflies. Oh, Miss Butterfly, you are going to like the next couple announcements that I have then. So, do you guys remember when I mentioned last stream how I discovered that my sticker paper that I use for the stickers? Oh, sorry, not coffee. K-O-F-I. K-O-F-I. Thank you. I realized how much that sounded like it. My bad. But yes, K-O-F-I. And it is open internationally. I'm listening. There you go. Ooh, Coca-Cola, Connie. Love it. So we discovered that this matte sticker paper that I use can take pencil, water-based marker, and alcohol marker, although it takes just a second to dry for the alcohol marker. So I know we talked about it briefly, was doing colorable stickers. So one of the first ideas I had, because I was trying to think what could work well for it. Now, I did this one, and we'll zoom in a little bit. But here's my thought. So this one is like the standard 3-inch one, right? But I wanted to get your guys' opinion because I feel like we're kind of caught in, between a rock and a hard place here for these ones. Hi, Dee. So this one here is a standard 3-inch one, which is the normal size that I do for the stickers, but it just seems too small to color. You could do it with pencils with this one, but it seems too small. Let's turn it on a little bit because the lines are pretty thin on it. So then I thought, okay, well the lines are, it's too small. Let's do a bigger one. So I've done a bigger one, which is great because I love the illustration and I think it's so pretty. And I think once color is added to it, it's going to be fabulous. But it's huge. And I'm trying to think, because you're going to be coloring on them, it is weatherproof sticker paper. So like the ink would be fine, but if you color on it and then put it on like a water bottle and a dishwasher, I don't know if it's going to last. So this would be something that you would put, yeah, it is huge. It is. Let's see. So this is a little 6-inch ruler here. So that's the size. It's ginormous. So I'm like, I don't really know how this could work. Like maybe if you put it on a laptop, I suppose. So I have a couple of these printed. I'm going to do some coloring tests on them to see how I feel about it, but I think it might be too small. Then I also considered, so everything I'm showing you today are printed off, and if I don't end up putting them in the shop, then I may end up like doing a giveaway for them or something. And the reason I'm doing them this size is because this makes shipping to everybody, especially internationally, a lot less complicated. Have them as an option. That's what I was thinking. So aside from, which we're going to get to like the normal coloring sheet stickers, but then I also thought, what if somebody wants color chart stickers, or maybe they want to put their own like color wheel somewhere else, or a smaller one, like, because I do have a color wheel, but maybe they want to fill in their own. So I made these last night. So what we have here are 2 sheets, and here's what I'm thinking of doing, because I could sell them in a pair, but suppose you want enough stickers to fill 72 or whatever else, enough stickers that you want to fill it. You don't necessarily want to be buying this one over and over and over again because you've got too many color wheels, right? So what I'm thinking I'll do in the listing for these ones is I'll have them listed, like, who usually there's like the options of the drop down menu. like you could put multiple items in your cart. So you could put one of this one if you want the color wheel stickers to go along with it. And then you could do like 2 or 3 of these ones, depending on how many you want. I want to say, I mathed it last night. My brain's not going to math this morning. I'll make sure and mark on there how many stickers you have. And this may not be applicable to everyone, but if this is something that you've been looking for, large and small, I give stickers as rewards. My class and my high school girls would love colorful ones for their notebooks. That's what I'm thinking, Samantha. So the next ones you might actually like, because there was also, when coloring, is it easier to do it when it's on a square sheet? Oh, thanks, Rainbow. When it's on a square sheet or when it's cut out like this. This is called a die cut. So you don't have like much paper space to rest your hand on, which is why those were another idea. So the other 2, which I think are probably my most favorite, because these 2 were kind of ones that I was like, this may or may not work. And I kind of wanted to get your guys' feedback, since you guys are like my core community here. The other 2, which I absolutely love, all right, Miss Butterfly, are you ready for this one? Is this one. I really like this one. I'm definitely going to be coloring this for myself. I'm going to film a reel to promote it. So we have a coloring sticker sheet full of butterflies. And they've got little, it reminds me of like almost folk art plants. But yeah, so we've got little things. And so the thing that works out for this, like why wouldn't I just download this and color it, is these are stickers that are already cut out. So all you have to do is color the paper and then you can peel them like you would normal stickers. Thank you, Wilcox Mama. Exclamation point Etsy would take you to my Etsy store, and these aren't up there yet. That's my thing I'm going to try and do this afternoon, is I want to print some more off, film a reel with them. If they're not up today, then they'll be up sometime this weekend, but definitely by Monday. So, well then I will make a post, because like I said, they're not up in the shop yet, because I only printed a couple last night because I wanted to show them to you guys to kind of be like, all right, so how are we feeling about these? So, yeah, I love the butterflies. Oh, I'm so glad. So these will definitely go up there. The other one was just another fun one that I did, which is a tea time one. So I wanted to shoot for something a little bit larger, not teeny tiny like I do on some of the regular sticker sheets, because you're going to be coloring these. It is from Online Labels. It's a weatherproof one. But yeah, so this is a tea time one. We got a little, biscuit and teapot with a tea cozy and everything. So the butterfly one and this one will most definitely go up on the website. The sticker sheets will probably be about five per sheet. And then for like something like this, where it didn't take much time to put together because it's just squares, and generally, you might want to purchase them in a pair, they'll be a little bit less. So it won't be like, oh, this is $10. No, it's going to be marked a little bit differently. These are just the ones that I'm on the fence about. I don't know. No, Online Labels. A coffee sheet? I know, I thought about that. I also, my eyes started blurring yesterday. I was like, I need to stop drawing. No, you can't get it on Amazon, just onlinelabels.com is where I get those. So that is coming to the shop. So announcements today, you have until July 1st to sign up for the Citrus Sticker Club. We've got coloring sticker sheets coming to the shop soon. I wanted to put it in the shop versus a sticker club because I want people to have a little bit better access to it. And then, yeah, we had 4 new squares. Where are we at? 1021? That's not bad. With a couple small flowers, yeah. So I'm excited. I think it's going to end up really cool, but I really worked hard yesterday to get those done because I wanted to show them to you guys today. But that is why I didn't get caught up on the hair. So we're going to do, I probably should have put this poll up beforehand. So let's start a poll, and we want to do background today. Oh my gosh, I'm all in caps. Background or Kelpie? All right, so go ahead and vote if you want to do background or Kelpie. We're actually going to be using gouache on the background versus watercolor, but if you don't have gouache, watercolor will work just fine. Basically, the difference between gouache and watercolor is, imagine if somebody were to grind up chalk really fine and then mix it in with the watercolor. It makes it so, you know, you can't see through it quite as well. So that's just the difference. Watercolor will work just fine if you're following along. All right. Oh, we got 15 votes already. It was half and half last time. I was really surprised. It is half and half now. I mean, we're going to get to all of it, but we definitely could save it for afterwards. Oh my gosh, it's 50-50. All right, I'm going to let it go till 10:23, because it's 10:22 now, and wherever it's at, because it is 50-50, whatever it's at, yes, so it is a weatherproof. So here, let me show you real quick. This one little sample that I did over here. So it's got a paper backing on it. So this was alcohol, but if you want, while we're letting that run for just a second, I'll show you. So this is a very pigmented alcohol marker. This is just a real deep purple. It's pretty juicy marker. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll linger and put a fair amount on. So it's still a little bit wet. You can't see it, but I can. So now I'm gonna wait till it soaks in completely. Again, that was a lot of layers, a lot of ink. Okay, that's pretty close to being soaked in. So now we turn it over, and there's nothing on the back. So it's a weatherproof sticker paper, which is supposed to, all the pages are falling forward, which is supposed to, you know, you could put this as a bumper sticker on your car or on a water bottle or whatever else. So now that it's dried, I can rub my finger on it. It hasn't smeared. That's purple from something else. But here, I'll do it on the other side. So it's not coming off. It's not soaking through. And once it's dried, even if it's like, because there's an adhesive back here, so it basically has its own kind of safety backing. So the only thing is with the alcohol markers, you need to give it a couple extra seconds to dry. But aside from that, water-based worked great on it. Pencils work great on it. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Once you color on it, though, I don't know that it would stand up to like being put through the dishwasher. So something to keep in mind. All right, background with 28 votes. All right, sweet. Can they run if the sheet gets wet? Actually, you know what? I have a little spritz bottle here. That's actually a really good idea. Let's test it. So like I said, this is the exact same paper. Okay, let's zoom in. And make sure we're in focus. Okay, I've got this little spritz bottle that I use when I get my stuff wet. And like I said, because this isn't sealed, when I do my stickers, like here, where's the sticker club sticker? Wait, am I losing my mind? Where did I just had the, oh, wait. Where did I set them? You guys, I've completely lost my marbles. Oh no, wait, there they are. I was like, I literally haven't moved. So, what did she say? Sticker with text like don't disturb, I'm coloring. So I have a sticker with text, and I'm not gonna lie, the text stickers have not done well, so which is why I haven't done any more. Okay, so this is the regular sticker sheet, kind of exposed, like this one is, but generally, as an extra added layer of words are hard. Generally, as an added extra layer of protection, these get a glossy vinyl covering on them. So it's still the weatherproof stuff, but on ones that could potentially go on water bottles or through water or get wet or whatever else, I always put extra vinyl on top. So, like I said, I'm not sure with coloring, it's a little bit different than just printing it on it. So what we're gonna do now is let's test it. Okay, so it looks like the alcohol does run a bit, but again, it doesn't have a protector in, right? It's not coming from a printer, so it's what I expected. So the alcohol one does run. Let's go ahead and wipe it. You know, it's interesting though, because this one was from before. This one has had just long enough to dry as this one has. We're having a little bit of smearage, and definitely from the pencil. Not as much from the water-based one. So I would say ones that you're coloring, I would not put them on a water bottle or anything that's gonna go through the dishwasher. Thanks, Don. So yeah, nothing that's gonna go through the dishwasher, nothing that's gonna be submerged, but like, let's say you spill something and you need to wipe it off real quick. I don't think it'll be the end of the world, but again, you know, it's pencil and marker on top of it. So what you could do if you wanted, like you could always get, you know, some vinyl or whatever to put on top to seal it. But I think probably a good general rule of thumb for the ones that you're coloring, and I'll put that in the listing too to let people know that it's not, you know, completely waterproof. Good for your butterflies. There you go. That it's not, it shouldn't be washed. But the sticker itself won't fall apart because it is weatherproof sticker. It's just that the color that you're putting on top of it. It's hard to say because when it comes to fixative is generally used to either keep something in place like pastels or to UV protect it like a painting. So fixative won't make it waterproof. When it comes to exposing like ink and pencils to water, unless there is a plastic sheet over the top like I just showed you on the other sticker, you're hard pressed to find it completely weatherproof. But anyway, I appreciate the feedback from everyone. This is why I brought them this morning, because I was like, I need to see what everybody thinks before I put them up in the shop. So I'll print off a few more, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do like, I might even do just like only 5 of each, just to do a test run in the shop to see if it's worth it, you know, how quickly they go, if it's worth it to print more. Oh, does it really? Ooh, very nice, right? So many ideas. And coasters. Okay, cool. All right, well, there you go. Krylon matte finish. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's something new, and I think it brings my love of illustrating stickers and coloring kind of one big happy family. All right, so we are doing background then. We are doing background. So what we've got then, I've got my little handy dandy scrap towel here. I've got my jar. I actually keep a jug of water right next to my desk, specifically for painting. Question is, will I spill it? No one knows. Most likely. Yeah, make sure it says waterproof. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we've got that. We're gonna move these pencils out of the way. So I have a big jar full of my bigger brushes, but this is the glass that I use for my tiny detail brushes, which I absolutely love. I probably use them more than anything. Okay, we've got a little paint tray here. And then we are going to use these ones here. So this is a Winsor & Newton gouache. This is kind of a mid-range set. So they have like their starter set, and then they have their really nice top of the line set. Hang on real quick. Which I save for, whew, mic is still attached. Hang on. These are the top of the line ones. A lovely, lovely gift from a lovely, lovely person. Hang on. Hang on. My mic was far away. Hang on. Those were a gift from a lovely lady. And these ones are the mid-range, and then you have student grade ones. So whichever ones you have, honestly, are going to be just fine. And like I said, you can also use watercolor. You do not have to use gouache, but I'm kind of in love with gouache right now. So that is what we are using. So let's see. I will say though, this is kind of a, I think we need a warmer green. I also have, that I keep close by, ta-da! We've got these ones. So let's do, these are the Arteza gouache. You can get them on Amazon. Let's see, olive green, because we're going for, this is a little bit, they're kind of cool greens, but I need like cool greens, but muted. Let's see, this is a pearl. Don't need metallic. That's pearl, I have a couple of those. Oh, this could be a good one. We've got, it's called seaweed. Go figure. All right, well, we're definitely using seaweed. I don't know, that pearl sage green is pretty nice. We might use that. Let's see. Sap green. I feel like sap green is gonna be too much. Pale green. You know what? Since we're gonna be doing this anyway, let's just switch over to the Arteza gouache since we have it. So we've got the noir, we've got olive green, we've got the pearl sage, we've got seaweed. Let's move these over. Okay, let's shift this up here. All right, so we've got the noir. I'm gonna put a fair amount because we're doing this entire back part of the page. Okay, then we have our seaweed, if it's gonna let me. Oh, hang on. And I wore a white shirt today, which I already had stuff on it, and like I had to, there we go. I had to clean the shirt. I'm so clumsy, it's ridiculous. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's a good green for what we're looking for. I like that a lot. I don't even know if we'll need the olive green, actually. Let me see what the color is like underneath. No, you know, we'll include it. We'll include it. And then let's do the pearl sage green. I'm not going to bother with any grays. Sometimes, oh, absolutely, Connie. Every time. Every time. Okay, let's see. So pearl sage green. That's pretty close to white. All right, so we're going to be doing this as kind of, if I were white, or where it's guaranteed I'll have something with red sauce or my pen will break, right? It was makeup this morning. Like, you know how sometimes, like, if you got those little pump things of makeup, it'll, like, I don't know, be funky. Anyway, the point is it did, and a little drop kind of blipped out of there and then landed on the bottom of my shirt. I think I washed most of it off. It's right there. Oh well, it's me. Not usually. No, I mean, because you could go, I mean, whenever I do paint on a page, a lot of times I'll assume I can't really do stuff on the other side, but it shouldn't bleed through. No. It just depends on how much you use. Artistro fine tip pens. I have their paint pens. Is that what you're talking about? These ones? Because I do like them. Yeah, these are, Artistro sent me these ones. I think the video I did, we painted some rocks. Right? Exactly. Oh, no, I haven't done their fine tip pens. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to do lighter in the middle. We're going to do kind of a vignette. If I'm not doing something like a bokeh background or the circles or whatever, I like to do a bit of a vignette, which is kind of darker around the outside and light in the middle. So we're going to start with the middle part and then we'll work our way out. Let's see, for our brush, I think, what do we want to start with? I think this might actually be good. Water there. Oh, you know what I didn't grab? My heat gun, but I don't know where it's at the moment. I tried looking for it the other day, but I have no idea where I put it. I'm wondering if I used it with a craft. We might. I'm gonna grab my hairdryer real quick and I might just use that. I gotta find my heat gun. 1 second. Am I completely disorganized? Absolutely. Yeah, gouache. Oh, it's water-based ink? Okay, that was the only other thing I forgot to try and find this morning. I think at this point you guys have learned that I'm just ridiculously unorganized. Like, I never remembered to put, like, I probably used it downstairs for a craft with the kids. It's probably down there. But I'm not going to go looking for it right now. All right, so let's go ahead and start light. Let's grab the, this is, what was this? This was the pearl sage green, and we're going to mix it with a little bit of the olive green. Now, since we're doing kind of a larger space, since it's a background, I want to try and mix up a little bit more if I can. Let's see, that's almost too yellowish. Let's go ahead and get just a slightly cooler green. Sometimes I can look at the tube, but then once I get it on, it makes a little bit more sense. Viridian green, I think, could work, because we'll use just a touch of it. Yeah, that's definitely a bluish kind of green. Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, it's very similar to watercolor. So if you're comfortable with watercolor, you'll probably do fine with this. Okay, just a little bit. See how far that went? That was almost like too much. Okay, I think that's a good start color. Now with gouache, you can do it thicker. I like to thin it out a bit. It gets almost like a little bit of a watercolor look just by itself, but I like the ease of how it moves across the page when it's a little bit more wet. I don't. I suppose if I go over the edge, as far as it bleeding through, I'm not too concerned about that. But I'll grab a sheet of paper, just put it underneath. You definitely can. There we go. All right, so let's see. We're gonna turn the book upside down so we can do the inside part first. Okay. All right, I know it looks like everybody's looking at things upside down, but it's just the book, I promise. All right, let's go ahead and zoom on in. So real quick, just so you guys can see the colors before I get them kind of out of frame. So we've got our black, we've got seaweed, olive, pale sage, or it's the pearl sage green, and then Viridian. Yeah, Viridian with this one. So let's go ahead and let's turn it back around just for a second. All right, so the area in which we're going to do the light stuff first is going to be kind of here and here. The darkest points will be out here, but that'll be easy enough to blend in. Nice thing about gouache is, like watercolor, it's reworkable. So if we need to shift it a little bit, we can. Part of the rag got caught on the book. Okay, let's go and zoom in. About that much should be fine. Okay, let's just start here. And I can kind of get a feel for it. Like, I feel like it's just a bit too thick for the kind of look I was going for. So I'm gonna take some of that off. I'm actually going to clean my brush just a bit, and we're going to move this around. Plus it allows me to have a little bit finer of a point, and if I go over the Kelpie at all, I can add more paint on top. But I definitely wanted to kind of emphasize the darkness of what we've got going on here, and adding a background I think does that. Now some people will treat their pages like with gesso beforehand, and you definitely could. Okay, we have construction around here, so every now and then something will fly into our yard, and there's this little piece of white paper that just flew into our yard, but it literally looked like a little chick that was hopping through the yard. So I had to stop for a second. I'm like, is there a chicken in my yard? Like, it's Texas, I wouldn't be surprised, but all right, so you can just, obviously if I had my heat gun here, it'd be different because you can dry it a little pretty fast. Like I said, we are going to use the hair dryer, but having something close by that will dry it faster is definitely going to help. And if you feel like your page is getting too saturated, definitely dry it, or maybe back up on the amount of water that you're using. It just depends. Now I know we're kind of just doing one color here, but once we get this lighter area sort of situated, we're going to go in with a darker green color, and it's going to look a bit more patchy isn't the word. Model's not the word. Leanne! Oh, Leanne! Kitty meow meow. You have a friend now. I just realized that rhymed. Oh boy. I'll make sure and mute you guys when I use the hairdryer to dry it a little bit. Like I said, I do have a heat gun, but I think I used it for a project with the kids, and it's not up here. And I'm gonna assume that you guys would prefer I don't spend the next 20 minutes looking for it. So hairdryer it is. Okay. And because we use that pearl sage green, it's got, you can't see it from where you guys are watching, but it's got just a little bit of a sparkle to it, which is pretty. I'm slowly getting caught up on all the things that I have around the house to do, and means then I'm hoping I'll have a bit more time after the 1st to do some more of the painting practice. So keep an eye out for that and make sure that you're following, because when I do the painting practice, it's generally an impromptu. It's not something that's scheduled, and I'm just kind of working on making sure I'm not overlapping anyone. But what the painting practice ones end up being is they're a silent stream, because my goal is I'm doing an arts festival in September, and I'm going to be doing a gouache painting, but it's a plein air competition. And so there's 2 different competitions. One, you have 2 hours to paint your landscape or wherever you're setting up in the designated area. And the other one is you have over the course of the weekend to do it, but it's the 2-hour one that I need to practice for, because I tend to really get caught up on the details and I need to train myself to do broader strokes. So this month has been absolutely crazy busy, but I think once I'm caught up on everything after the 1st, I will be able to dedicate a bit more time. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then it's going to have a darker background. So between the 2, it'll really help the Kelpie kind of pop. Yeah, I love it, right? It's so cute. So it really doesn't matter if we go out a little bit further. Hang on, I'm going to grab a little bit further with our green, because we're going to be covering it up with a darker color. So it's not the end of the world if we go further than we intended. Sorry, I'll look up in chat here in just a second. The paint's a little bit more different than the pencils. I have to concentrate just a touch more. I'm also trying to not oversaturate the paper, which is why I may not have my paintbrush like as thick with water and paint as I would normally. But this is not watercolor paper. This is coloring book paper, so. Ooh, with a T, with a T. I haven't set the location, mostly because if I'm going to be painting somewhere and distracted, probably not best to fill in the internet, because as much as I like all of you, a lot of people watch this. So probably shouldn't say, hey, by the way, on this date, in this location, at this time, I'm going to be very distracted because I'm painting, just in case you're aware. Sounds good, Della. You guys know me. I try to be pretty careful about those things. But it is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's do a little bit there. Aw, thanks. Okay. Probably going to flip it around here soon while we do the other side. It's funny, I hold my paintbrush just so much more different than I hold my pencils. Now that is a lot of paint, so we're going to drag some of that down, but we're also going to clean our brush and thin it out just a bit. Marcy! Oh, Marcy just got the last turtle! That is so funny. Like I was telling Steve last night that if I had looked at the charms, I don't know what, I guess I wouldn't have assumed the turtle would be the first one to go, but that one has been the most popular. So that is the last turtle. We still have fish and lots of other ones, but still. Hi, Christina. Sounds good. Okay, let's come down here and let's work a little bit on this part of the tail with the green we're using. See, backgrounds with paint just go so much faster. Go. The funny thing is that when I'm using my iPad to make stickers or illustrate a coloring page or whatever, I don't often use the painting brushes. I like the way a real paintbrush feels. I feel like I just can't control them all that well, you know, digitally. But speaking of which, be sure, if you're a member, be sure to grab your coloring download for this month, because on the 1st, there will be a new one. And lately I've been doing the coloring pages the same theme as I do the sticker club, just because I get ideas while I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, well, this works out well. So the coloring download for July is also citrus themed. Ooh, kitty cat charm. We got lots of those ones, so absolutely. Oh, hello, Grisai. Welcome. Yeah, we are just adding in some underwater green color for our Kelpie here. It's always nice when it's Friday, because we're going to take the kids to the river again this weekend. Okay, so one of the things that I'm seeing on here is this section here has got a little bit more than the others. I don't want to get it too wet, but I do want to thin it out so it looks kind of the same. Yeah, oh, that's going to look really cool. We might just, no, you know what, I'm gonna make sure that I touch all around, because otherwise I'll have to remake this paint. Although I might need to anyway, because I'm starting to run out of this color. Let's do it this way. I know we're gonna be kind of twisting a lot here, but I'll try and keep you guys from getting too dizzy. Okay. I do like that it's kind of muted, but it's not like a full olive color either. It's got just that little bit of coolness in it. Yeah, we might just mix it. Do this left side for now, so that we can get as much done as possible. If we have time, we'll go over to the other side. But this way you guys can get a good idea of what we're going for. Okay. Try not to saturate it too much. It's actually drying pretty fast. I like that. All right. Let's see. Let's get some in between the hair here. Right? That's what I was thinking. Oh, yes, Jeanette. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. There's quite a bit on my backgrounds. I love that. Oh, thanks, Grisai. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, I mean, it just takes practice. I mean, that's why I'm going to be doing those practice streams. I do really enjoy it, but I definitely need to work at it. Not saying that like I can't get the results I want, but it's more so the time factor. It's the time crunch of you have 2 hours for this, and I really don't want to like go and do that and then get, you know, an hour and a half in and have like one door done. So I really need to train myself to not pay so close attention to the details. Okay, we're just about done with this green, and then we're going to go straight over and we're going to do the black, and then we will kind of merge the two in the middle. And this like whole area, it's nowhere near done yet. Okay, let's actually get the blow dryer. So I do have a heat gun. I do. I just don't know where it's at right now. So, oh hey, now that I have a clip-on mic, you guys can come with me under the desk while I plug this in. Oh, all right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna mute this real quick because the blow dryer will be loud, so we're just going to dry this a bit before we move on. So hang tight. Okay, that's all done for now. And we will be doing what Barbara does with hers afterwards, where she irons it. Right, I know, but when it's 2 hours and like that's the whole competition, that's where the challenge lies. It's not till later in the year though, so I have some time to get better at it. Of course, I keep saying that. I'm gonna run out of time saying it's gonna be later in the year. Okay, we're gonna switch up to a different size here. So this other one we were using was a number 4 round. Right? It matches perfectly with the Kelpie. We're going to zoom out a bit so that you guys can see more of it. And we are moving on to a number 6 round. Okay. And let's see. Let's grab, how far can we zoom out here so you guys, okay, there we go. So we've got our black. We've got, what was this one? This one was this was the seaweed. So we're probably going to start out with a little bit of black, and then we'll be definitely adding the seaweed to it. So let's grab our black. Okay, I want to thin it out a little bit. Okay, we're going to clean our brush. Bye, Dawn. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we've got kind of a thin black a little bit. Let's go ahead and shift this just a bit. Okay, and we are just going to start adding it in. Okay, if you feel like it's too much, go ahead and clean your brush, bring it down, but just be mindful of how much water you're adding to your page. If you need to dry in between layers, absolutely. Did my music stop completely? It did. There we go. What am I using? I'm using the Arteza gouache. I was going to use the Winsor & Newton, but this had more color selections. Okay, so that's black. Let's bring in a little bit of the seaweed. Okay, with a little bit of the black. Okay. I want to get it wet, but not too wet. Now we're going to go over that. It's a lot of water though, so I'm going to clean that. Slightly more dry brush. Okay. And like I said, gouache reactivates. So, sorry, trying to think and paint is hard. You can always blend your colors together a bit more. Okay, so now we're coming to the point where we're meeting up with this green, right? So let's zoom in a bit. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab what we did before, where we get a little bit of that olive, a little bit of the pale sage, just a touch of the viridian. Okay, we're gonna mix that up, and I'm gonna add some seaweed to it. A little bit more. Okay, clean our brush. Like I said, I don't want my brush to be too loaded since this isn't watercolor paper. We're gonna grab a little bit of the black. Okay. You can tell I'm in concentrate mode when I'm just silent. All right, let's get a little bit of that olive. We're gonna do a new mix over here. Just a touch of the viridian, pearl sage, a little bit more of that, a little bit more of the olive. That's the thing, is like I can tell you what colors I'm using out of the two, but as far as like the mixtures, I have no names for it. Okay, so this is when the blending and stuff is going to come in handy, because we are connecting these two colors. Okay, we're going to soften this edge just a bit. Okay. I'm not too worried about going over the lines because we're still going to be using pencil on top of this, so. I haven't even looked up to see if I'm in frame. 1 second. Yes, I am. Okay. Oh, nice, Jeanette. So a hairdryer blows out a lot more air. And so it can kind of blow things all over the place. The heat gun is a bit more concentrated and it tends to dry it faster. And it doesn't, like with a hair dryer, it kind of blows it all over the place, but it's like a bit more of a heat concentrated beam. I find that I can touch my page quite a bit easier when I'm doing a heat gun versus when I'm doing a blow dryer. Okay. All right, so we're going to make sure I get that. We're going to kind of blend this because this is a bit of a drop off here. So let's grab a little bit. It's just these 5 colors that I'm using to kind of mix to get what I want. See, you know that I'm occupied when I haven't even taken a drink of my coffee and all this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, why it's a good thing my coffee has a lid. I literally almost dipped it in it. Oh my gosh. Here, let's zoom out just a touch so you can see me mixing as well. We can shift down. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, see what I mean there? All right, I'm gonna get a sip of coffee here. We're gonna dry this. Welcome back, Della. All right, so we're gonna get, I gotta stop setting it on the floor. We're gonna get our noisy hair dryer. Let's move the paint up so the paint doesn't really dry. Okay, hang on. Aw, thanks, Miss Butterfly. Okay, so you can see how we kind of went from the dark and then we blended in the light. So we're going to focus on doing the same thing to this area here. Now the corners are going to be the darkest of the dark. So this edge might not be quite as dark as this corner, and we may still add more colors on top, but I don't want to, like, this is, I can still, it's just slightly damp underneath. Obviously I'm touching it, so there's no wet paint, but I'm trying to be mindful of the page. So we'll definitely get a bit of crinkling here, but when we are done, we'll place a sheet behind and a sheet on top, and we will iron it to make sure that it lays flat. One of the other things you can do while you iron is lift your book up part way so that your page isn't bent at the seam. And if you lift it up this way, it can lay a little bit more flat, and then you can iron it that way. Just especially since this is pencil, you want to make sure you have that protective sheet over the top. I learned that from our lovely Barbara Colors. Barbara Colors. Why am I struggling with this morning? Oh my gosh. Exclamation point Barbara. And if I don't have that link, I need to make it. Okay, so we're gonna grab this darker green that we already made. Okay, we're gonna take it right along the side. Now, it's a little bit too green for what it should be on the edge, matching up with this. It looks a little too saturated. So we're gonna continue, but we're gonna add something on top of it to make it blend a little bit better. I was thinking about mixing paints is that it's never the exact same color. Like, unless you are mixing house paint that has like a code, it's never gonna be exactly the same. You just have to match it to the best of your ability. Colors, or no, sorry, I read colors. I've been wondering how to iron. Yeah, no, it's great. You just make sure you have your sheets in between so like you're not melting the wax or anything. And obviously it's going to be darker when it's wet, and then when it dries it changes a bit. So if after it dries you see that you've got some uneven spots, you can just go over them again. Okay, so we're gonna grab some of this and some of this. There we go. And you're just blending in all of that. See, this is gonna look really cool when we're all done, which is why I think I wanna go even darker on the outside here, but I wanna give the paper a little bit of a break before we keep moving on with more water. Because I mean, it is paper, you add enough water, the fibers will break down. That's why those poster restoration videos always fascinate me, because they like soak it so much with whatever, you know, preservative stuff they're using to kind of flatten it out and everything, but it baffles me that like it doesn't break down at all. Okay. Okay, let's get our lighter. Oh, no need to be scared. It's fun. You just dive straight in. I really enjoy paint, especially lately. It's really nice to just sometimes just do something just for me. And I feel like expanding my skill in paint is that thing. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and shift up. I want to bring a little bit more of this darker stuff though into this light green that we did the first time. I don't want there to be like a clear drop off between the dark paint and the light paint. And we're still just using that number 6 paintbrush. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Elise, I was just talking about you because if I can find it here, there it is. Ta-da! Yours is finished. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Annie. I love the way your E turned out. Okay, let's go ahead and use a little bit more dark. I want to get this just a little bit darker. Okay. But yeah, we now officially have 30 quilt squares. And there's plenty left to go. And if you're like, oh man, I haven't got mine yet, not a big deal. This thing runs until the end of the year. We literally have like 6 more months on it. And if for some reason I want to keep going, we can keep going. I mean, it's our first time doing this project. Okay, I think I need to give this section of the page a break. So I want to show you something here. If you are unfamiliar with how watercolor acts on paper that's not watercolor. So you can't see it much on here, but especially because this is darker. Do you see all this speckling that's going on right here? That is because the paper fibers, like the very top layer, is starting to break down a bit. It's starting to break down a little bit and pill up. So that's your sign when you're like, okay, this page needs a break. That's too much water. And even when I come back to it, we do a minimal amount of water. So you can actually do exclamation point quilt, and I have a whole fact page on my website. But long story short, we'll get extra shorter. So we have all of these squares that are up here on the wall. They are similar to these ones that are embroidered or have vinyl or whichever else. And the idea is for every 10 minutes that you spend chatting in chat, I think you get 30 points. But the point is you save up those points and then you can type in exclamation point loyalty, which brings you to the redemption store. So for 3,500 points, you can pull my headphones out of my ear. For 3,500 points, you can do a vinyl name. And then for 4,000, you can do an embroidery name. And then Lisa's, for instance, I just dropped something, has these little charms on it. And each of the charms cost 1,500 points. So what this is we are making all of these quilt squares. And I've got a contrasting quilt square. But basically, at the end of the year, we're going to take all of these squares that everybody has made, and I'm going to put them into one big quilt, and then the quilt will go back here. So basically, it's just something free in chat for you guys that all it costs is just points and your time, and then I use my time to make the squares, put together the quilts, and we've got this whole thing. This large square over here, it's hard to see, but that is from our women's rehab charity stream. There was a women's rehab facility in Mexico that my mother worked with, and so we raised a bunch of money. It was over 1,000, blew my mind, to kind of change these women's lives a bit. We got them a bunch of coloring supplies, yes, but we also were able to get them with how much there was. We were able to get them pillows, sheets, toiletries, all these things that they don't normally have access to. Like they didn't even have pillows, and we were able to get them pillows. Like what we take for granted every day, a lot of these women didn't have at all. So we were able to take all of that. But because of that, we had special redemptions during the live stream. And so those names are up there, and that will go in the quilt also. And then, yeah, so we have 30 of those squares up there, and I'll put it all together at the end of the year. It'll hang up, and it's just, yeah, it's just a fun project. Everybody likes little doodads, right? But yeah, exclamation point quilts. Yeah, what Callie just did there, and that is the page. And I added on the fact page. You do it, Renee. I wholeheartedly believe in your ability. On the fact page, I updated about logging into Streamlabs because I know there's been a lot of questions about how to go about doing that. So I added that little instruction there as well. Okay, yeah, I'm liking this. I feel like it needs to be a little darker here, but that is, we're going to shift down here so we don't rip the paper. So we're going to grab our number 6. Right? I love it. Well, and it's just like I said, I was putting all the things up there, and it was just so amazing to see so many names that I know, because had somebody purchasing a square, you know, kind of represents. Now, obviously, there are those that lurk, and I wish I could make it to where all you have to do is just be in chat, because that's what Twitch does. But for YouTube, you have to actually be chatting. But it just, you know, swells my heart in a good, healthy way. Just to see so many names of a representation of all these people that just come back and continue to support and hang out and everything. And it means the world to me. Like, I would not be able to be here as long as I have been if it wasn't for you guys. And honestly, just because, you know, since the move, like, I've met a few people, but there hasn't been anybody that I've really clicked with where I said, wow, I really want to like go get coffee or hang out with this person on a regular basis. So you guys have definitely helped me socialize still through all this. I know we've been here for like 6 months, but you know, when you don't work in an office, you just don't get a chance to meet a ton of people. So just this whole community has just been life-saving. Absolutely. Are you going to do that again this year with a different benefactor giving the quilt next time? I don't know. That one just sort of happened. It wasn't an idea that we set out. It kind of came about because I try and talk with my mom pretty regularly, and we had been talking about this place that she was, you know, volunteering at and doing that. And previously, it was kind of a stressor point for the women who run the facility. They don't have a lot of funds, and so things like, you know, just the snacks and everything for their weekly meetings, where they all live in the same facility, but then once a week they meet together and they chat, and it's just like this kind of support group. But all of the money for the snacks and everything was coming out of the volunteers' pockets and the women that run it. And then we're just like, well, you know, wouldn't it be cool, because my mother and I love coloring, and you know, we want to. We know how much it has helped everyone. And so we're like, oh, you know, what'd be really cool is if we did a fundraiser to get them some coloring supplies. And at the time, I'm realizing now how kind of not open that whole idea was, because at the time I didn't realize how much, right, Annie? I didn't realize how much the women actually needed. I mean, like I said, you never would have even, me personally, I guess I assumed, since they're in a facility and they, you know, are working together and all this stuff, pillows weren't really was not high on my mind. And then we dug a little deeper and we realized just how much these women needed. And when the charity stream happened, like, our goal was only what, 300, I think? Total, because our goal at the time was like, oh, well, let's get them pencils and we'll get them small victories, and which is great. But I didn't realize that they also needed all of these basic human necessities. And when the stream just like, it was the whole stream was just absolutely amazing. And we ended up raising over 1,000, and we were able to get these women all of these things that they otherwise wouldn't have had. And for the fact that now they know there is a large community that is supporting them, that doesn't even know them. It almost like it gave them extra hope, or that thing to, what is that? I think support is the word I'm looking for. Sorry, words are hard. But the point is, they knew that there was someone out there rooting for them, right? And so it was just the fact that we were able to get them, like, I mean, feminine supplies, right? We take that for granted. We automatically have it. But yeah, I mean, it was just like, they have a certain degree of feminine supplies, but again, there's not a lot of funds that go to this place, and these women come in here for, you know, for whatever life situation they were in, and sometimes they don't have anything other than, you know, the clothes on their back. And so now here we are, they've got sheets, they've got blankets, they've got pillows, they've got, toiletries. So we're talking soap, shampoo, their own rolls of toilet paper, toothbrush, toothpaste, just all these things. And it was just, I still get updates for all of them. My mother's only down there for half part of the year, but we were able to get them, it was 10 women, and we were able to get them all of the supplies with enough left over that their snacks for the meetings and everything were covered for the next 3 months after that. And so it was just amazing, right? Left-handed upside down coloring is crazy, but it's still just, you know, makes us beam a little bit to think that we were able to make such a significant difference with just their day-to-day. And again, it's just stuff you don't even think about, right? Like, it's just stuff that's, you know, we can just pop on down to Walgreens, or, you know, go to the grocery store and, you know, get shampoo or whatever else. And yeah, it's just a lot. And the whole turnout for it was just utterly amazing. It was so fun. So yeah, you know what's funny too is all of that went down around Johanna's birthday. So I sent her a message afterwards, just filling her in on the story, because I mean, honestly, I would have never started this channel if it wasn't for her. And yes, the community was around even before I got involved with it. But as far as my connections with the Women's Center down there and this community, like, it just wouldn't have happened had I not got into her book. So I was able to share that story with her, and she absolutely loved it. So yeah, it's been a good year so far. No, I didn't. What, message her? Oh yeah. Now, thankfully, Johanna and I are at a point where, you know, if I send her an email, she generally responds fairly quickly. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I've had her on the channel a few times for streams and interviews and that kind of thing. Oh, absolutely, Sharon. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, there's so many of. Do I still have the page up? If you're looking, I might need to update it because I think a couple of the streams aren't active anymore. I know Tanya isn't doing one right now, and I'm sure there's a few other here. But if you go to my website, so type in !website, and you go to the tab that says recommendations. I've got a whole list there of how many, like five, I don't know, maybe 35, 40 names of channels that are spread out across the world. But if you are looking for more people to watch, I've got a whole recommendations list on there. Plus, you know, coloring chart downloads and all that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to do those stickers though, the coloring stickers, because I was thinking of the coloring charts and then the coloring stickers. Sometimes I'll say things and Steve's like, I'm not sure how we got there. And it's because I had a whole conversation in my head before I told him about it. But yeah, it's just, it has been absolutely amazing. I mean, we just had what, our 5-year streamiversary. It's been amazing. I mean, I've lived in 3 different places since we started doing this. I mean, I started doing the coloring itself when the kids were, I guess I can shift down a little bit, when the kids were little. And so, yeah, it's been going that long. Well, I think she knows how big of a hit her most recent one was. I mean, think about it. She did Rooms of Wonder, and she saw how much people loved the smaller illustrations, which prompted her to do Small Victories. So, I mean, I think her next book is a full-size book, but I would be very surprised if she didn't have some nice kind of Small Victories pages in there. Magical Worlds is her next one. I've got a link for it in the description if you're interested in it. I cannot wait to see it. I think it's going to be amazing. If you want to see like little sneak peeks, she will post little updates on her Instagram every now and then. So if you want to see stuff, that's the place to go. Yeah, sure. Just send me an email, Elise. Because honestly, I have a hard time remembering full YouTube names on here. So !email. Go ahead and send me an email with the link to your YouTube and I'll get it put up on there. As long as it's, well, it's fine art. So yeah, it's an art YouTube. I probably wouldn't link like video game pages because that's not in the category, I suppose. But yeah, coloring or art YouTubes, that would be fabulous. Perfect. A French-Canadian YouTube channel for grabs. Oh my gosh, Annie, do it. Oh, are you going to do live streams or do you want to do up? You know, the funny thing is the whole reason I started doing live streams versus videos, it was just because it was so much easier than editing. And now it's just like, you know, occasionally I have to take a break for family or health or kids or whatever, but I can't hardly imagine not doing it anymore now. Of course. I'm looking for when I put in your website where I print off swatch shirts. That's awesome, Leanne. I'm so glad. You know, it's so funny when, like, because I can see the analytics of how many, you know, hits the website gets or whatever else. And definitely the downloads page is the highest. Okay, that is straight black. So we're going to need to make sure we blend that out. But yeah, that one gets a ton of hits. All right, let's get some of this green here. Once it all dries, I can get a better idea of where I need to balance things out just a bit. Aw, thanks. Right, exactly, Wilcox. Marilyn, thank you. Yeah, we are working on the background. And then we're going to be working more on the horse. But so far, this has taken most of the time, but it's nice. There's a certain level of relaxation that comes with it. This one is gouache. Yep. Like I have watercolor, but I am just really into the gouache lately. So I'm like, yep, I'm doing more gouache. I love it. Plus it leaves that kind of, you know, kind of rough feeling on top, which still allows the pencils to grab onto. Because, you know, there's some of this that isn't colored yet, but it's not the end of the world if I go over, if I go over the lines with paint a little bit, because the pencil can go over it just fine. Just trying to not oversaturate the paper. That was considerably darker than this lighter stuff, so we're definitely going to need to smooth that out a little bit. Right, yeah, it is a little bit, because that's what we're doing. We're doing this. I was looking up pictures of, because this is a unicorn Kelpie, but I was looking up pictures of Kelpies in general. And if you go to Google and you type in Kelpie, because if you look mythologically, a Kelpie is almost a malevolent mythological creature. And a lot of the pictures that it has now, of course, this doesn't look malevolent. She looks so pretty and fancy. But it has that very kind of dark, kind of, you know, deep undersea kind of creepiness to it. So we're avoiding the creepiness, but we're doing, you know, the darkness. It is Arteza. Yeah, I was going to do Winsor and Newton, but it didn't quite have the colors, and Arteza kind of had them ready in there. I like using more available colors when I live stream, because I don't have to think as much about blending and getting the right colors for there. Let's go. Yeah, it's coming along. I want to do this a little bit down here with this color. I feel like we don't have quite enough darkness. And then I think we'll use the blow dryer here to kind of even things out, because I can feel the paper getting pretty saturated. So yeah, it's coming along. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there are so many of us. Sundays are usually jam-packed with a lot of stuff. Suzanne, Barbara, and Corey all stream on Sundays. Okay, I'm going to mute real quick. I got the blow dryer wrapped around this. And for those coming in, I do have a heat gun. I just don't know where it's at right now. So blow dryer it is. Let's see. Good morning, Alex. How are you? How many boxes have you got unpacked? Oh my gosh. I told the kids this summer, we had a few of their straggler boxes left to unpack. I've been having them do 1 box a day this week, because there were only 5, 2 in little Steve's room and 3 in little Emily's room. So I've been having them work together. And every day they've been unpacking 1 box. So after today, we'll only have 2 additional boxes, because it's not minor C stuff or household stuff. It's literally their toys, and they're old enough to know how to find a place for their things. So we've been doing 1 box a day. So come when school starts, we should be fully unpacked. It's only taken us 6 months. It's one of those out of sight, out of mind things, right? I still need to organize the garage up, but that's the thing. It's not like we moved during the summertime. We moved smack dab right after Christmas. So we kind of hit the ground running a little bit. So now here we are with summertime, and we're still busy, but things have not as many holidays, not as many outings that we need to do. So it's like, okay, we got a little bit more time to get the house situated. All right, so I really want to get this border, make sure we get nice and dark on this, because that's what's gonna really help our Kelpie to pop. And if you all missed it earlier, we've got some coloring stickers coming to the shop, and we've got July Sticker Club. You have until the 1st to sign up for that one. That paper's getting a little pilled up, I can tell. We're gonna do just a little bit of transition green. So loads going on, coming soon. The coloring stickers are gonna be in the Etsy shop, but then obviously the sticker club is in the Ko-fi. That's awesome. I know usually if we're not doing something, like I try and lurk in Suzanne's and Barbara's and Corey's, because they all overlap just a little bit, so it's just like, eh. Okay. We're going to leave this side alone. I think we've added enough. Oh, are you moving too, Connie? Okay, we are going to dry real quick, because I want to turn the book so we can get to this other side. Because we might as well finish the background for this, since that's what we're working on today. Sorry, I forgot to mute it. 1 second. Funny thing is, this is actually a fairly newer blow dryer. I had my previous one for over a decade until it finally gave out on me. Oh my gosh, Annie, yes, so much. So much. Oh, here on Monday. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to position this here. Are you guys okay with it being zoomed out this much so you can see the paint being mixed as well? Or would you rather that I zoom in a little bit more? Let me know. Okay, so we're going to need to remix some colors here. We definitely have like a lot of kind of almost army green colors. Right, Annie? Yeah. Moving, I'm hoping we don't have, like, we're renting here, so this is not our forever home by any means. But eventually we'll do that. So I'd like to think we're only going to move one more time. Unless, of course, you know, Steve gets like another job somewhere, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I mean, I don't even know where to start. Like, I've never purchased a house or anything. I've been a lifelong renter, man. Okay, so we're going to start with black here. It's helpful? Okay, good. Yeah, because it's hard to like say, oh, these are the colors that I'm using, because like I mix them. So like, it's not like the colors have a name. All right, we've got quite a bit of black there. Let's go in with, we got our seaweed here, get a little bit of that black. And if one side, hold up, where's my phone? It's going off. If one side ends up a little bit darker, we'll balance it out with more colors. Oh, we're good. Actually, I need to make sure that the kids aren't messaging me. So it is summertime, which means my kiddos are home, so they will either message me or come in here. Let's put that there. I believe it. I believe it. Well, and for me too, when we were doing it, Steve had to be at the job location earlier. So for most of the packing, I was kind of on my own. I mean, thankfully the kids are old enough that they can be somewhat of a help. But yeah, my stress levels had skyrocketed quite a bit. I was kind of a mess for quite a while. I was so glad when it finally all kind of calmed down a bit. Again, I'm not too worried about going over because we're going to do pencil on top of this and you won't even notice it. Oh, I feel you on that one. You know, the funny thing is I like got my space all set together, but throughout the week, like things just end up all over the place. So usually on the weekend, I do like one big put away of everything. You know, when you live stream and you're getting out all kinds of things, you don't exactly want to put it away. And then when you're done streaming, you're like, okay, I'm going to go take a break now. And then you don't put it away. It's a vicious circle. Okay, let's do a little bit more of that because we want to do the inside here. Try and go around the fin as best I can. If you wanted to, you could always like cover up the lines with a little bit of gouache too. Oh, thank goodness, yeah. Ooh, since all the kids left the house, it'll be on me. Oh no! Yeah, it's hard. Well, and mine are younger too, so it's like keeping them occupied, and they weren't exactly thrilled with the move. They're happier with it now. Plus, little Emily found out that one of her friends from where they lived previously, for other reasons, is going to be coming to our location on a semi-regular basis, and so she's beyond excited to have, you know, one of her friends here, which I am so happy for her. Okay, we'll definitely need to add more to that. Let's move some of this lighter color out here as well. But we promised them we'd take them to the river this weekend, so we're going to do some swimming. We got some inner tubes, some little nets for them to, you know, get things from the bottom of the river, and we got them some goggles, so we're much more well prepared, and I will be literally bathing in sunblock. I will not get burnt again. We went to a pool party thing for Steve's work. And yeah, it was fun telling everybody my story, why I had a hilarious tan line on my legs. Well, guys, I was sitting in the river and I was painting and forgot I didn't put sunblock on my legs. So that's why I have the most awkward tan lines ever. Hang on one second. Hang on, what did I miss? Oh, Annie, I'm so sorry. Ugh, those situations are no bueno. But I'm glad that things seem to be improving. Oh, absolutely, Christine. Absolutely. Bookshelf for all the reading books, so those are still in boxes. Oh my gosh, and book boxes are so heavy, A little microscope. Oh, we do actually have one. Oh, we should bring that. Yeah, we actually have a little handheld one that I got them for looking at things up close. When we got it, they were looking at like everything. You know how sometimes like if you get fruit from the store, especially like blackberries or something, you know, obviously you rinse them, but blackberries for whatever reason tend to always have like those teeny little white little bugs. I don't know what they're called, but they're tiny little bugs. I mean, there's a reason that we rinse produce, right? Well, one was on our fruit when we got back to the house. And so I kind of scooped them on, took them over to the table, you know, put them in a little contained space. And the kids said, well, I looked at them too, because it was really interesting because like this tiny little bug is like the size of like a pencil dot, right? Super tiny, maybe even tinier than that. But oh my gosh, looking up at it that close, it was crazy. I would say so, Jeanette. Yeah. I mean, they reactivate just like watercolors do and everything. And, yeah, just imagine watercolors with like chalk crushed up in it. That's the best way I could do that. Kitten watching you on my TV. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. When Annie was little, she did that and she would like follow things on the screen. Oh yeah, Vicky, all the time. That's why we always rinse our produce whenever we get home. But see, I also used to, in Oregon, blackberry picking in August is just like the best. And so I'm used to also having fresh blackberries from outside. And if you don't have insects on your blackberries that you picked from outside, then you know, some sort of magical blackberry bushes. Eldest was 4, my youngest was 9 months. We're still here almost 20. See, I love that. I do definitely want to pick a final spot, but we are just not in a position to purchase a house right now. I'm hoping like we've got like a 5-year plan here. So perhaps then, but also, or not in any major rush, and the kind of economical climate that we're in, I don't know that I want to own, you know? Renting also allows us the freedom to move if we want to / need to, you know? Without all of the complication of having to sell whatever house. And we got really lucky with this place that we have, between the rent price and the landlord and everything. So we're pretty happy with what we got going on. Right? Oh my gosh. I know it, Alex. Yeah, right up where you were. That was ideal for it. My favorite scent in the whole wide world, and no amount of perfume or candles or whatever else has ever replicated the scent, but my favorite scent in the whole wide world, aside from, you know, your baby's head, because let's be honest, baby's heads smell so good, it's ridiculous, but that's also biological. Anyway, my favorite smell is a bowl of fresh picked blackberries. You just get the giant bowls filled with blackberries and that smell. I haven't smelled that in years. Ugh. And like blackberries from the grocery store won't do it. They don't really have much of a smell, but fresh picked wild blackberries, absolutely. It's amazing. Okay, so we're doing this other corner here. We've almost got this part completely covered. Yeah, I'm loving this. We may even go a little bit darker. We'll see. We're going to get these main colors down first, and then we can always add on top. Go around sniffing babies? Well, when my babies were there, yeah, I'd sniff my baby's head. No, seriously, it's a biological thing. There are pheromones, especially after you've had said baby. There are pheromones that are released that you can only like smell from the top of a baby's head. So like if I'm babysitting a baby, or I've got like a friend who's got a baby over and I hold the baby, you better believe I'm sniffing the baby's head. Are you kidding me? Like, they smell so good, and you just like filled with all these happy hormones when you sniff the top of a baby's head. It's biological. I'm not the only one. Come on, this is a community who sniffs their pencils. You can't tell me that sniffing a baby's head is weird. That's just biology right there. Stick with puppy breath. No, it's different. I don't know. Someone back me up here. I'm feeling weird now. But it is a biological thing where it's like the pheromones, especially when it is your own baby. It's a pheromone thing. Thanks, Linda. Right? It's just babies' heads. They have a smell. Now, granted, my kids are older now. Doesn't work anymore. Now I'm just like, catch a whiff of their hair and I'm like, you need to go bathe. Absolutely. Well, yes, but you don't go, well, who am I kidding? When my kids were little, that was how you check to see whether or not they need a change. Be like, oh, yep, they smell down here. I need a change, but still. Right. Yeah. It's like an actual biological thing. It has to do with like strengthening the bond and just our natural instinct to protect and everything. Oh yeah, you absolutely have to. They have this joy smell. I don't have kids anymore, but the smell. Yes, exactly. Oh, a new car smell. There you go. I also really like the smell of limes. I like the smell of limes. Limes are real good. I lived in another state at one point, and I was young and single or whatever else, but there was this place that I used to go to downtown. It was just like an eatery or whatever, but they had a bar there too. And this was before I was 21. So obviously I couldn't, but I always ordered a virgin strawberry daiquiri. But they always made sure that they put limes in it. And something about the whipped cream smell and the strawberry smell and limes, like it's just, oh, it's so good. I love it. Ooh, new book smell, yeah. Cabbage Patch Doll heads. Tell me they don't lift their baby up to sniff their, oh no, they absolutely all do. And if they say they don't, they're lying. How else do you got to figure out if you can blame it on the dog, the husband, or the baby. Ooh, lemongrass, yeah. So you learn to limit your stuff so there's less to move, right? I'm not at the limit stage at this point. Early in streaming, I was able to fit all of my coloring supplies in a small corner of our bedroom because that's where I streamed. But I got a whole room dedicated. I mean, this bookshelf back here, all pencils. We got coloring books, puzzles. That's electrical cords. That's my, electronics catch-all back box. This bookshelf here is all the Etsy store and Etsy shop. So I've got all my stickers sorted here. Envelopes are up here. The sticker club and cutting machine is there. I've got some bags under there, and then there's some more art supplies on the bottom. But I have all these separate shelves. How many years have I been streaming? What was it, you guys? It was just the 5-year anniversary. So yeah, this is our 5th year streaming. And it's gone through some changes. Like initially when I started, it was 3 times a week. And then just with the kids getting older, I have to change based on what we have going on with our life. I was down to 2, and then we've switched days a few times to our current iteration where we are still twice a week, but we do mornings, Fridays and Wednesdays with the occasional impromptu or special themed stream or something. Room of Wonder, there you go. Oh, I do love the smell of coffee. The funny thing is before I even started drinking coffee, I didn't even like it, but I loved the smell of when my parents brewed coffee in the morning. Oh no, it froze. Right, Connie? I love all my thingies. My thingies bring me joy. There you go. I'll just Marie Kondo the office. If I look at it and it brings me joy, then that's what it is. You know, the funny thing is I've tried to like mentally change the word from office to studio, but I just keep defaulting to office. I feel like I'm being cliche if I call it a studio. I mean, I do film in here. So, you know, we do our live streams in here, but just call it the office. Oh, does the paint you're using smell nice? I don't know. I don't know why, but it smells a little bit like clay. I'm over here just sniffing paint. Oh my gosh, YouTube's gonna like, this girl's over here sniffing things. Yeah, I don't know why. It smells a little bit like clay. I took a ceramics class in high school, and that's what it reminds me of. What's going on? Yep, nothing for it. I also get Target things, so that was just Target being like, hey, did you know this is on sale? It's like, thanks, Target. You're not making this easy. See, it's the lime. See, I love that. All right, let's get a little bit here. Now that we have all the color down, we're just going to be kind of evening everything out and getting the transition the way we want it to. Friend here is love to all beautiful things, right? Exactly. Oh, I feel you on that, especially like after the move, you're like, oh my God, I never want to move again. Please don't make me ever move again. Yeah, I definitely don't want this to be our forever home by any means. I don't know what I would change. The kids really want a pool, but I was like, you guys, you don't understand. It's not just as simple as having a pool. Like there's the upkeep. There's so much more to it. Like you can't just, sure, it'd be fun for you guys because you don't have to manage it. But yeah, pools are not as fun for the adults. I'd rather just go somewhere where there is a pool or go to somebody's house who has a pool. Or if I am going to have a pool, I need to be in a place where I'm making enough income to have somebody else take care of the pool. Kind of like my whole dream to have a pony someday. Love the idea of having a pony. Love it. I want someone else to take care of it so I can just ride it. Right? Exactly. They can maintain the pool. That's their job. It is nice though, because they're old enough that I can give them legit chores. Like I told them today, their job is to unload the dishwasher, empty a box. Cause like I said, we've been doing 1 box a day. There was only 5 boxes, so they should be done by the end of the week. But their job today is to empty a box, unload the dishwasher. They don't have to load it, and they're also not allowed to, they are instructed to leave all sharp things in the dishwasher. Mommy will come and do that. But they are to unload the dishwasher, empty a box, and then clean up their room and make their beds. I try not to do too much because that's all stuff that they could get done probably within an hour if they didn't, you know, if they don't dink around or whatever else. Okay, so I'm adding a little bit of darkness. This looks different because it's so wet still. I'm gonna dry it, and then we're just gonna kind of even out the color a bit. You know what, Shannon? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're really not. Okay, 1 second. You have to remember though, they're my kids, which means they probably don't stand much of a chance with them either. So it's more at the point where I'd rather I end up getting poked than they do. All right, we're gonna let that finish drying a little bit. Let's turn this around. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm liking this. This needs to be balanced a bit more, but we need that to dry just a bit more. Let's get some more darkness over here. I also have to be careful because part of the issue that this isn't flowing right here is because it's reactivating it. So I need to let that sit for a little bit and then very quickly and lightly add more color over the top. Which is kind of what I'm doing now. You know, you'd think, but absolutely not. They're so clumsy. They're so clumsy. They're just like me. Actually, little Emily's pretty good. She's definitely your stereotypical firstborn. She likes following rules. She likes being safe. Like, they're occasionally allowed to watch regular YouTube and not YouTube Kids, but they know that if there's, you know, first of all, they're only allowed to watch things really that they've already watched and that we know is okay, because we've had lots of conversations about the dangers of the internet. And the nice thing is because I live stream on YouTube, like they don't question my YouTube knowledge. So we're very careful, but whenever there's something new they want to watch, they bring it to us first. And then they ask if they can watch it. So we have a pretty good system down, and it's nice because, you know, we've started it out with, you know, we're using the word trust a lot. And so when I say that, you know, we trust you to make the right decision, that kind of thing, like, it seems to be working, and it's less of a, I'm not putting any faith in their ability to make the right decision. They know that we trust them. So I think that's going to help their self-esteem in the long run too. And, you know, when they get to be teenagers and it comes to making correct decisions in tough situations, them knowing that they have our trust, I think, will go a long way. So, you know, starting out with little things now. There you go, Annie. Oh, no. That's right, we do. Yeah. That's right. I don't know where she's at. She's probably sleeping right now. We've been struggling with her because she has been picking on our older cat, Isis. Okay, we're going to need to dry that. Oh, I used her name again. YouTube is going to ding me. Okay, I think we're back. Here, let's do refresh. Okay, go ahead and refresh. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, Samantha. Okay, so she is really old. Okay, so she's like 18 or something, if that gives you any idea how long ago she was named. So she was named before that particularly questionable group. Yeah. So, yeah, she was named before that. But yeah, so we're treating Annie like we would a toddler when we feel like she's getting antsy, like, cause we can tell her body language. We'll redirect her. I ordered her a new cat tunnel. We're going to be like playing with her to get the energy out. So positive reinforcement for her with redirection like you would a toddler. Hang on one second. Wait, is that the Annie version that had Carol Burnett in it? Because if so, that was definitely the Annie movie that that I grew up on. I know there have been various iterations of it, but I don't know when that came out. When did that come out? That might have come out in the 90s. Oh, Renee. 1982. Is that the one with Carol Burnett? I mean, that would make sense because that was kind of at the height of Carol Burnett's career. Okay, let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's get it a little bit darker on the bottom here. Yes? Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. I was trying to think because Carol Burnett was big in the 80s. I mean, she had her own show and everything, so it's not surprising. But did she play an amazing Miss Hannigan? Absolutely she did. You hated her enough that you loved the redemption at the end. And that's what you wanted. Okay. I love a good redemption arc. If anybody reads any of the Court of Thorns and Roses. Tamlin's redemption. I was a fan. I mean, it's not 100%, but I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene where he does something very good and it redeems him. Okay, that is wet. That is wet still. How are we doing on time? We're coming up on noon. Oh, nice. Okay. Right? Went to the theater to see it opening weekend, and then made my grandmother drop me off every day at the theater for like 2 weeks. I ate so much popcorn. Allison, I love that. Okay, so is there anything else that I want to do for it? Okay, we have just a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and let's do maybe Saber. Saber could work. Let's zoom in a bit. Oh, nice, Allison. Okay, we're gonna zoom in just a bit. So, do you see this area where I've kind of gone over the black line with the gouache a little bit? If you wanna make that stand out again, I'm just using Saber, it's a green, I'm not using a black. But now you can kind of refine these edges with a little bit of pencil. I'll probably do black on that one. Now we did have a little bit of a glow on the outside. So what you could also do, let's see, how would iceberg work over the top of this? I could do iceberg, but I don't know, because it's so dark, I kind of like the idea of having the defined lines here. But if you want to cover up your lines for this, by all means, feel free. So I'm just redefining some of this stuff that got lost in the paint, so it's nice and even. We'll do more on there. Let's grab our black. Oh, I love that. Oh, it just takes practice, Renee. I'm sure it looks lovely. Okay, I think that's okay for now. All right, so yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think this is gonna look really cool when it's all done. And we can always go over and add more paint later too. So because we have a little bit of time before our next stream, I will do my best to get caught up on the hairs, so we just have this section. Oh, I realized I covered up the unicorn horn pretty good, didn't I? Let's go ahead and get that saber in here. Here we go. Let's get a little bit of black, just so it doesn't completely disappear. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so it's nice because gouache can go over this, or pencil can go over gouache really quite well. But yeah, we may do some paint touch-ups when we're done, but otherwise I think that's good. All right, so quick reminders before we do a little words on stream. I know some of you head out, which is just fine, but I just want to touch on a few things because this will be my last stream before the sticker club. So you have until the 1st to sign up for July sticker club. Even if you only want July sticker club, you can just sign up for one and then cancel it. So we have July sticker club, and then keep an eye out for my goal, if not today, this weekend, is to get these coloring. Oh, thank you everyone. Get these coloring sticker sheets up this weekend. So at the latest, they'll be up by Monday. I'll probably throw a few of these up in there as well to see how they do, or if people would like them. I might go ahead and throw these up. I have 2 of these, and I have 4 total of the small ones. So I might just put them in the shop anyway, since they're printed and they're done, so people can have their choice. But look for these at the latest by Monday. That is my goal. I'll have more printed off and we'll get more done. But those are our main announcements. Exclamation point Etsy will take you to the store where you can mark it as a favorite store so you can see when updates happen. And then exclamation point Ko-fi, K-O-F-I, will take you to the sticker club. All right. You guys want to play a little words on stream before we head out? Play a little gamey game. All right, let's get that pulled up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I like how that's looking. It's definitely becoming the image that I had in my head. All right, let's pause the music. Yes, words on stream. If you haven't played before, we like to play a little word game at the end. It scores kind of like Scrabble. You don't need to download anything or open up a new web page or anything. We will literally just you put your guesses in chat, and that's the game because it's all connected through YouTube. Okay. All right, perfect. There it is. All righty, get your typing fingers ready. Move that over there. And start. Bye, Christine. Thanks for being here. Bye, Leanne. Oh, I feel like it's not fair though, because like I get a couple extra seconds. There we go. Let's see. What about, oh, just ring. The levels get increasingly harder as we go along. Let's see. Oh, grim. There we go. Let's see. We have 3 more 4-letter words and 1 more 5-letter word. I feel like the G is going to be the first one. Oh, I'm so glad, Sharon. I can't wait to hear more. Get those points for Quilt Square. All right, let's get through. Shannon, number 1. Well done. Oh gosh, I see the word leap, but oh, employee. Oh, nice, Shannon. Okay, employee. Oh, I see. We have small people here for some words.
Alice, can we help?
Yes, you can help. Just remember, you have to be careful of everything you say, so you can guess words and stuff. Yeah. All right. Lots of E's. Do you have any guesses?
Leap.
Those are what we have.
Leap.
Leap is spelled
Leap.
L-E-A-P.
Leap. 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 Is it a word?
Meep? No, I don't think it's considered a real word. Oh, lope. There we go. What about lopey? Oh, mopey. Yep, that one's okay. So we have 4 4-letter words left.
Polly. Polly.
Polly. That's 5 letters. But what about?
P-O-L-Y.
Oh,
Someone heard it. See?
sorry. I was thinking like Polly wants a cracker. Okay, we got Ely.
Ethiopia man.
Oh, I don't even know what that word is. We got 1 more.
We know that one, right?
Well, I don't know what Eepy is. What's Eepy?
During one of the episodes, Bingo was doing like a funny little walk and she did eepy.
Oh, it's from Bluey.
Yeah. Eepy.
All right, Sue, number 1 overall. And number 1 for that one. Oh, sword in French. Oh, okay. Is it
Barbara.
Barbara's a name. I was gonna, no, because we need more E's.
B-A-B-E. Remember. B-A-B-E.
B-A-B-E. Yep, good job. Oh, barber.
I was close with Barbara.
Oh, Alex says, hope your summer's going good.
B-E-A-R. Beer.
B-E. Well, somebody already got bear.
Beer.
There's not 2 E's and also probably not. How do you know that word?
Beer.
Oh my gosh. Never a dull moment with these 2. Let's see, rebar. What about B-A-R-E-R, bearer? There we go. Oh, bray. Yep. Bar with 2 R's. What's this? Could be.
It has to start with a B.
Oh no, it could start with an A.
Oh.
Aber.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, don't even know what that word is. Well done.
Next round, Natalie.
Okay, Sue and Shannon. We have a Q, but we also have a U. So, maybe quote. Okay. Okay. What about stuff? Maybe it's 2. Okay, so it is a fake Q because we've cleared all the letters that are there. Stout. What about touts? Let's see. So, tufts, yeah. Oust. Tuts. We don't know what that other letter is yet, do we? Trying to think. Ounce. Trying to think. What is the hidden letter? Does anybody know? Oh, souffle. That would have been good. Outfit. Oh, it's an I. It's an oh, outfits. There we go. Okay, so we have 4 more 4-letter words and oh, good Lord, my alarm. You guys just swear there's so much chaos around here. Oh, Lord. Don't mind me. Just keeping everyone on their toes. There we go. Toast. Maybe? Ba-da-ba-dum. All right, skip 3 levels. Hippo. I'm going with hippo. Oh, nice. Okay, hippos. Hippos. Multiple hippos. Shopping. Okay, so it is a fake Q, and a hidden N. A hidden N and a fake Q. What about nothing smaller than 5 letters? Oh, pings. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Hopping. What's sopping? Like you're sopping something up? It is. Okay, cool. Posing. P-O-S-I-N-G. Hoping. H-O-P-I-N-G. Let's see. Oh, hosing. Yep. What about hypno? Like short for hypnotize? No. Okay, what about, oh, siphon, that's good. Oh, pongs. I don't even think of ping pongs. Let's see, opping. I'm not sure what that one is, but there's 5. There's 1 5-letter word and 1 6-letter word. The 5-letter word is going to start with a P. P. O-I. Oh, what about? Oh no, that's right. Pinos without a T. Point. I don't know what those last ones were. All right, skip 2 levels. Crater. Or rates. Or, okay, rates is good, which means that it is a fake C. A fake C. So what about grates? G-R-A-T-E-S. Stare. Grates. What about stared or stairs? Maybe it's another, maybe it's a D or a tears. Okay, what about tears? T-A-R-E-S. There we go. Maybe it's another, what about P, pears? Treat would have been good. What is that last one? What about earth? It's an H. How hilarious would it be if the hidden letter and the fake letter were both the same letter? Just totally throw everyone for a loop. Trapes, yeah, that would have been good. Oh my gosh, okay, get your typing fingers ready. It's gonna show us what it is. An F. Okay, so safer. What's the F with the letter T? Saver faster. Nice. Ooh, that's rough. That's really rough. Ooh. Just getting that one put in. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was a good round. I mean, 18's not bad. Things usually get pretty difficult by about level 18. So this is where we're at for this. So we're going to continue this. I will try and get the hair done. Right? Yeah, we got to get him outside. We're going to get this all done. I want to say one more stream, perhaps. Yeah. Hi, Lucy. Because if I get caught up in the hair, then we just have like the fins and stuff to do, which I think shouldn't take us that long. But, all good. I'm glad. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to go get these kiddos fed some lunch and head out. But thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, July 1st for the Ko-fi shop, and just keep an eye on the Etsy store this weekend. My hope is to get those coloring sheets in there. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. All right. I'll see you in a few days. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.